So I'm just gonna make some commentary while I'm in here, that it looks like the people next door, they're giving full-time resident vibes, and it does feel a little bit close, the proximity. And the views, like just first impressions here, the views are awesome. Most of the neighborhood is really nice cabins on the way in. So I really like the neighborhood. The next door neighbor looks to have like a dog that's not on a leash, so I don't love that from just a potential annoyance to guests standpoint. The driveway here kind of horseshoes, so I came into the driveway and then it horseshoes out in front of their kind of their half of their driveway. You got a guy over on that far door going in and out. I think it would be it could be a potential, certainly not a deal breaker, but a potential need to like create some privacy between this driveway and the next door neighbor, either through some sort of fence or some privacy trees. I suspect that the happenings for the guests are going to be actually this direction, so opposite the cabin where it's totally private, so the entrance is private, and then probably where the activities on the porch and amenities, you have sort of a cul-de-sac type of feeling where rather than being houses being next to each other, you're getting houses kind of pointing in different directions. So there's some good distance here between the houses. It's more just this first impression of the driveway feels a little close, but I think it's manageable through just some additional privacy. And you don't have any neighbor on the other side, so I think you just kind of focus, and the front door is already set up for this. You focus the attention and the traffic towards this side of the house. So I just want to make that commentary while I'm in the car, and I'll take video outside now. There's a spot or two, depending on the size of the car, right here at the front. And then again, the driveway kind of horseshoes out here, up and around and back that way. Got some nice views all around. Yeah, again, like because of the way the houses point, it's good privacy. I would just maybe think about creating some additional privacy. Like I would consider finding, based on the property line, putting in a 6 to 8 foot fence just along the front side and down a little ways to create some additional privacy if you're going to have people hanging out on this closer side of the yard. But there's tons of space down this direction, and there is a little bit of a tree line, and again, I'm not overly worried about that because you're a good distance. And there's plenty of space on this side of the house where you're totally out of sight. You have a power line right there. From down here, that's kind of the best view spot. And then you've got kind of these peekaboo views through the tree line and stuff. Some good views out that way. railing looks like. Maybe just some water coming off of the roof line there. But this railing actually feels sturdier than it looks. But it's also a little low below the waist. The views get a lot better once you get up here. I'm sure you could, for a couple $1,000s, you could top some of these trees right here without any, especially the ones like that one could borderline be on the neighbor's property. But these all in front of here, you could do some topping, like especially this middle area, and open up the view a little bit. That looks like a queen size bed. It's definitely not a king, but a king can fit in here, no problem. I'm not surprised that there's creaky floors in this age of cabin, but I would say these upstairs floors are a little extra creaky. I just bumped a picture here. Sorry about that. I was saying that the floors up here are a little extra creaky than the normal. And it's almost like they were just extra creaky the first time I walked on them. And then they kind of quieted down a little bit. I always look at where these sit relative to my waist, and it's a little bit below my waist. I'm about 5'10", so I always, when I see it, and this is typical for older cabins, but I would want to like add another 6 inches to the top of that railing on either side. Then you get the half bath up here. These windows look either just a little dirty, or this window does at least, just a little dirty. Can't tell if it's dirt or like a busted seal. It looks just dirty to me. This window looks fine. You get some cool views out here. Some really long range mountain views there. There's good space up here for sure. That also looks like a queen and a full. You would think I would know by now how to recognize the difference between a queen and a full. But all 3 beds are either queens or fulls.